Hey, everybody. Glad to see you're here. I'm going to move over to the comments real quick. Here, wow. I am so happy to be here today with Sun Psychic Jean. Um, Hi, Jean. How are you doing today?
Hi, Terry. I am well. How is everybody? Thanks everybody for being here. It's going to be another wonderful edition. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah. Well, everybody, I'm sorry for being a little bit late. We're always a tiny bit late each time because Jean and I get into some really good spiritual conversation. And it's very hard then to watch the time. So, well, let's just say hi to a few people. The Crone Zone ladies are here. Um, Craig Dixon. Hi, Craig. I feel like I've spent time with you for every day for about 5 days now. And Starfish Jenny. Yay that you're here. Cat Mama Meows. Do drop in. Uh, let's see. We have Valerie Maya and McGrill, Linda Keltzer, Our Shining Lights, and probably many more people are coming in. Well, I'll just tell you a little bit about what's going on today. So the Akashic Record Masters are taking on a big one, I think, this time, all in its own. Jealousy, because it affects all of us. We all have problems with jealousy, and jealousy, when you look at it through time, is both big and large. Jealousy starts wars or feuds like the Hatfields and the McCoys. And jealousy can just be passing too, just passing, not knowing that it's holding our soul down a little bit. Um, so I think I'm very happy that they want to heal this and then to give us tools how to keep dealing with it. So this one in each of these healings, the Akashic Records masters tell me the subject a couple days before, and then either the day of or the day before they start talking to me about how they're going to do it. And so in this case, again, they're going to go back to the 0 point where we all started, where our souls were made and created. And they're going to work on jealousy. Then they're going to go through our lives, our current lives, our current incarnation, and work on that. So they'll pull it out, they'll clear it, and then they're going to go back and also bring forth all of the um, positive traits where our ancestors, didn't use jealousy. Bring those forward as resources for us to use now, and then also remind us of the resources we have right now. But and then they'll draw that through to the future too. But they have a little bit extra this time. They have something to say about jealousy and some tips, not really tips, some instructions to help us deal with it. So that is lovely. And so the way I do this is that we open your Akashic records. So I can already see people saying yes. So that's good. So I'm going
Before
to
we
say that.
get started, while we're
Sure.
waiting for just a few more people, when you say that we're going to be going back to the beginning of our soul's existence, can you share with us why that would be important to us now in this incarnation? Why is it important to go back to our soul's beginning, the initiation of our soul's beginning through all those lifetimes?
Okay. Well, I only know what I know, so don't take this as gospel. But this is what they have told me is that when we go back to the 0 point time, where our souls were connected. It's my belief, and they're interacting with what I believe, um, that we were part of God or source or creator, whoever, whatever you want to call that energy, that was us. We were there and nowhere as well. And because that energy wanted to experience, it broke itself off. It makes fractals of God, and we are those fractals. And when you go back to the beginning, I like to think about it like we're going back to the beginning of where our schooling began, kind of, where we started gathering knowledge. And of course, we started gathering knowledge with all great intents, all great, we were fairly pure at it back, at the beginning, at the very beginning. But over time, we've picked up different things. We've experienced these things, and now in this current incarnation, through those different lives, past lives, we have picked up things that affect us now, sometimes for the better, sometimes not for the better. And so we're going back. The Akashic Records masters told me they want to go back, they want to clear these things out that are bothering us, that are dragging down our spirit, that may have come over to this life and are still affecting us, that may have even uh, been brought over, not necessarily so much from our past lives, but even hearing our ancestors talk. I until I was 45 years old, I think there were 5 generations alive in my family, so I could hear my ancestors talk about what they believed. And so sometimes those things need to be cleared out and give given room for new growth.
Absolutely. That was beautifully said. Very well done. And, we have had these woundings or these experiences, through our past lives. And our soul, in the Akashic records, all of the records are kept. All of the records are recorded, and so we want to go back through and thoroughly cleanse and scrape away and bring forward anything that needs to be healed and cleared so that there isn't any residual left behind. I really feel that this is exciting that we're starting the new age or the dawn of the age of Aquarius. And at this time, we're clearing all of those other 26,000 years of lifetimes. It's just it feels so refreshing, so new. So the opportunities are just infinite. So it's very exciting. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thanks for asking that. So, to make this a little less confusing, this time, as they draw the energies, the bad energies out from the past lives and from our current life, you don't, I won't have you add words then. What I'm going to do is when they're actually doing the clearing, then I want you to add the words that they give you. And most of you have been here before, so you know that as this happens, they often put thoughts in your head or words in your head to help clear. And those words might be just mostly for you, but you never know. They may be putting those in your head for others to know too, and to say, oh, yeah, that works for me too. In fact, right now they're showing me a time when my jealousy was way out of hand when I was in junior high. It's a junior high thing. And I'm glad that we're going to heal that today because that was a really ugly look on me. So, and then they're going to do a healing prayer after they do the clearing. So during the clearing, add your words. Then when we do the healing, add your words again, the things that you want healed. So, okay. So I'm sure that is clear, clear as mud, maybe back there. Let's go to it. Okay, so I'm first going to say the prayer of protection, and then I'm going to say the key to put us into your Akashic records. If you want to participate, just say yes, and most of you already have done that. If you're watching in the replay, just say yes again. You can put it in the comments. Um, you don't, of course, have to, but it's really nice because then I get to see if people are actually participating with this. So, okay, so here we go. We are surrounded by the pure white light of divine source. We connect ourselves to Metatron's grid of opalescent light that connects us more firmly to our higher selves. We ask Archangel Michael to protect and guide us, and we call forth all of our angels, guides, beings of light, and Akashic Records masters to assist us now to receive information of the highest truth, highest frequency of light and love, allowing us to receive exactly what we need for our highest good and the greatest good of humanity. Thank you. So it is. Okay, and now I'm going to say the Akashic Records key. We open ourselves to the light, and this is where. Let me stop a second here. So this is where, when everybody takes some deep breaths, about 3 deep breaths, I want you to concentrate kind of on your crown chakra around your head. This seems to be where the quantum field energy tends to hang out, or at least that's where I kind of feel it kind of sparkling. And so go ahead and concentrate on that area as I say the key. We open ourselves to the light. And with this light, we open ourselves to our truth. And with this light, we open ourselves to our soul's purpose. And with this light, we open ourselves to be guided towards our highest good and the highest good of all in divine love. And so the people who have said yes in this live and in the replay is given the truth to best serve them on their healing journey into the love and acceptance that is most beneficial for them at this moment. I have to say that twice to myself. And with this light and guidance, we unlock the energy field of the people listening live and the people in the broadcast replay who have said yes to receive the record of their soul. Okay. So, dear Akashic Records Masters, we are here at your behest to receive healings of jealousy. We thank you for bringing us together and thank you for this powerful healing. So one thing that they've kind of been talking to me about this. So before we have them remove things, is they're saying that jealousy is like a powerful ground vine, like a ground cover, but that has thorns that can cut you and poke you and hurt you. And the problem with jealousy is the more that you receive jealousy, that you feel the jealousy, the more you get poked and cut by the vines, and it causes anger, and it it has effects even when you don't really know it. When you think that it's just you feeling it, that it has effects. It goes much farther. They're saying that it stops growth, that it deflects growth, that it causes hate and hostilities and shame. And so this is so they want to root this out. And so all of their Metaphors this time are going to be gardening. Okay? So, okay. So, dear Akashic Records Masters, please um, start the healing, start the removal. So, I see the energetic hands of light, and they just show me that on how they're working so I can understand. And I see them going back to the zero time, to the 0 point where your soul just started, where you broke off from source. You are still source, you're still a part of source, but you have gone out to learn. So with your 0 point starting, and I see them start to draw jealousy out, and I see white strands of energy, almost like either little cobwebs or little energetic strands being drawn out. And what they're showing me is that their hand this time is lower and tighter to our past lives, because it's a vine that grows and spreads roots and grows through generations and generations, and it spreads. And so I see them drawing up these vines, drawing out these roots. And it's moving quite slowly because these are roots that can affect generations. And I see them drawing out jealousy, jealousies that caused wars, caused feuds, jealousies that stunted people's growth, that kept some of us in past lives hostage, that prevented us from discovering manifestation sooner, that prevented us from growth. And I see them drawing out these vines, drawing them out, being the master gardener, pulling all these vines of jealousy out. These vines of jealousy infected not just us in our life, but it affected governments and religions and all sorts of other things that created terrible consequences for us. And they're drawing that out. And I see the hands starting to get to our present life. And so the hands start drawing out the jealousy from the present life. And I notice that not only are they drawing this out from this particular life, in this incarnation, and any other lives that you might be living at the same time. And they're letting me know that not to worry if you don't know about any other lives. Some people are living one singular life right now. Some people are in many lives living concurrently. And they are healing all of those. They're pulling the jealousy out, pulling it out. They're going very slow, and it looks like they're even going back and pulling harder, because this is a rooted vine that does not like to let go. And as they get to the end of this present life, and normally they would anchor it right here, I see them reaching forward into our future lives and pulling the roots out that have already transferred. So some of the roots of jealousy have already transferred to some of our lives, our future lives. Um, it's almost as if that our children and grandchildren have already heard us talk about it and it's started to take root. And so they're pulling that out, pulling it forward back into this life, and they anchor it. And so now we're going to do the clearing. If that they put words into your head about things you would like to clear, about jealousies that affected you, um, that affected others. Like I'm thinking about my junior high thing that I really hurt somebody. Um, we're going to do the clearing prayer now. So, again, it's really important that you once again really concentrate on your uh, crown chakra area. If you may receive more words that you want removed. So anything, any way jealousy has affected you or affected others, we want these things removed. Go ahead, and this is the time as we're saying this prayer, you can put them in the chat. And this applies to people watching the replay as well. Okay. So let's take some deep breaths to center again. Dear Akashic Records Masters, for the people participating in this broadcast, both live and in the future, we request an immediate and total clearing concerning jealousy and the problems it causes in our lives. We request a clearing of all problems brought on by jealousy, such as anger, fear, lack of trust, hatred, damaged connections to others, feelings of unworthiness, vengeance and payback, hostilities and aggressiveness. And I'm going to pause here so we can add words.
Family jealousy, body image is a big one, confusion, mom and aunt's relationship through our lifetime, around feeling less than and wanting to be other than what I am, wealth, desperation to feel important, family jealousy of pretty much everyone and how it affected me or us, talents, untowarded incidents, authority, power stripping,
Mm, mm, great.
depression. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Jealousy between family members, coworkers, and others. Confidence.
Loss of growth. So, dear Akashic Records Masters, these words and more, any of these, anything that jealousy prevented people from having a true and clear positive connection to source. Please remove jealousy and all of the things that have happened to us because of it. for a complete healing and deep forgiveness of ourselves and others, restoring each person's spiritual connection to trust and connection to source. I ask that jealousy and related problems be healed in all lives, all dimensions, all cellular structures, all space and time, in the space in between lives, in all astral lives, in all timelines, for the highest good of each person listening and humanity. Sorry, I'm just experiencing a lot of tingles here. A lot of tingles. Wow. The memories of jealousy will be cleared of their power to hurt. Each person will remember that they have mastery and dominion over jealousy. The old memories will become interesting but will hold no power and will be easily let go of and learned from. New encounters with jealousy will be met with curiosity and a search for the truth. This clearing and healing will be ongoing in this life, in this incarnation, and into the future, forever and ever. Please restore each person to the highest timeline, to the being they were always meant to be, to facilitate their steps to spiritual freedom, for the highest good of each participant and the highest good of humanity. Thank you, dear Akashic Records Masters. Wow, that's a very tingly one. I'm still tingling everywhere. Whew. And I noticed that people kept putting words in, which I am so happy that you have done that. And even though it took time, we're through the prayer, it doesn't matter. Time, the Akashic healing has no time, obviously, because we can go back through time and heal this. So don't worry, those things are in the clearing. So now I ask the Akashic Records Masters to go back in time and heal jealousy. Help us heal our jealousy by bringing forth the resources from the past and the present. So now I see the energetic hands go back to that 0 point. And I see them starting to pull forward, that energetic pulling forward. But this time I feel is so easy. This is so easy. It lightly comes. And I see them bringing forth um, connection, community, love, and helping people. I see your past lives where that you've helped people, where that you didn't let jealousy waylay you, or you didn't let it divert you from your mission to spread love, to help others. And I see many, many other wonderful qualities coming forth. And they're coming forth easily. And it's as if it's creating this energetic ball, and it's growing. Whereas the weeds that we pulled out originally felt like they burned as they went. And this is growing and growing. And then we get to this life, this incarnation, and this ball of energy, this energy of all the wonderful things that can happen instead of jealousy, just infuse into our lives now. It just almost infuses like it's like a smoke coming into us and just being part of us, just joining us. And I see the hands, you know, arranging the smoke, arranging all of these wonderful attributes that we have had when that we could do the right thing. And I see them draw it with two hands, draw it towards the future, out into the future. So this is a resource for us for all time, for all time. So now I'm just going to read a little bit. Um, the Akashic Records Masters wanted to say a prayer for to heal us, and so this is slightly different in that they're going to do a healing prayer for us. And so in this time, you might also receive uh, either images or feelings or words, anything that is the positive things that you want to replace jealousy with. And in this time, they also have a few little hints about how to get through this too. So here's what they said. We thank you for requesting healing, and we ask that you try to imagine your life like a garden. And they made a side note here. And I don't know if this side note is something that's going to help you or not, but they're saying, please notice that we are working on your life right now, your life of all kinds. You may wonder why we're not talking about your soul. Your soul is always perfect. That's the side life. In this garden of your life, we put down a top dressing of love. Love is the truest fertilizer in which to grow and to change. To grow what you want, to change what you want. So now is the time to add what you'd like to grow. But they have a few things that they mentioned. We plant the strength to counteract jealousy, generosity of spirit. They plant trust and deep understanding, curiosity and knowledge, admiration and connection, community and growth. And what are they telling you to plant? We can read those words now. I see unity, releasing, celebration, loving kindness to move us into the future, compassion and empathy in the moment, trust. Yes. Did I miss any others, Jean?
Acceptance, happiness and joy, beauty, appreciation, love, unity, community, compassion, service, skills, knowledge, joy, love, coming together, forgiveness, energy, smile. That's generosity, isn't it?
Yes. and excitement. So when you encounter jealousy, be gentle with yourselves. I want everyone to note that they're not saying we won't be jealous, that this still is something that may try to come back. Be gentle with yourself. Use gentle speech to acknowledge yourself. That isn't a good look. You can say things like, that isn't a good look on me. Or, I didn't know that I wanted that. I didn't realize I had such a high response to X. And then ask your spiritual team to transform your thought process and turn this into a pathway towards growth. We extend this healing to you. We extend the ability now to remember that jealousy hinders you, that it takes away from your ability to manifest. It takes away from your ability to grow. And we want no hindrances in your way ever again. So, blessings to you all. We restore you all to the highest timeline and go forth and spread that love. And the other thing they told me, so this is the prayer part is done. This is what they told me. They said, become the world's cheerleader. Instead of feeling jealous of something you don't have, just remember that that other person's is a part of God. And I suddenly heard them go, whoop, whoop. You're being excited for somebody else. Be the world's cheerleader. Okay. Jean, do you have anything? Have I missed anything?
Uh, no, it's just very inspiring. Let me just see if there's um, yeah, it stunts your growth. Everybody's got chills. Loving others as self, absolutely. And there's so many beautiful, amazing quotes that are um, beautifully describing and encouraging and revealing. So, did you want to close the records before we go into some?
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So we're like always, I'm going to close the records, but if you want your records to remain open to you, if you want to keep this conversation going with your Akashic Records masters, because we all have them, each one of us has a team. And if you're not talking to them, they're just sitting there twiddling their thumbs, waiting for you. They're very chatty. Um, if you don't want to, if you want them closed, that's fine too. But I'm going to give you the opportunities I closed to leave them open if that you want to keep this conversation going. I would like to close by thanking the light for the truth. I would like to close by thanking the light for the healing energy. And I would like to close by thanking the light for the guidance and compassion towards our soul's purpose. And with this, we leave unlocked the records of those who want to continue the conversation with their Akashic Records masters, but we lock the records to anyone else and myself. The records are now closed. Wow.
we're having there's it's a good time to remind everybody to make sure you drink water, and by participating in the healing, I think it's important that we all understand that we are accepting, that we're releasing and renewing our a new way, and working on letting go of all of that really lower energy behavior and learned reactions from the past. And now that the energies on this earth and in humanity are lighter, are higher, uh, it will be it will aid us in renewing our reactions and our thoughts to be higher and lighter. And I was looking for this a quote. I know there's beautiful words that people have said, and there is a quote here. It says, "There is no greater glory than love, nor any greater punishment than jealousy. It is a self-punishment. Jealousy is self-loathing. Jealousy is a self-deprivation. It is not has nothing does nothing to anyone else. It only does it to us. It lowers our own energy, and we all know that we want to keep our frequency and our energy and our vibrations high. So never underestimate the power of jealousy and the power of envy to destroy. And what that does is it destroys our own light, our own vibration. It really destroys our own possibilities, our own um, opportunities. Um,
Mhm.
Also says, never underestimate that. As iron is eaten away by rust, so the envious are consumed by their own passion. So it's really important to understand you're not doing anything to anybody else, and this is all it's a conditioning that we've all listened to, that we've all heard, that we've all grown up with, and we've all experienced and even felt. But this feeling is false. It's not true because we all have our own unique gifts, and we all are a piece of the puzzle. And pieces of puzzles are all shapen differently so that we can fit together. We're all needed at the degree where we are right now. We're all needed in the shape, the size, the weight, the height, the color hair, the color eyes that we are right now. Where we live, what house we are in, what kind of car we drive. Everything is necessary so that we fit into the piece of the puzzle. Everything is divinely organized, divinely orchestrated. Um,
Mhm.
and it's important to appreciate the uniqueness and the differences, for that is what makes us lovable.
Right.
If we were all the same and wore all the same outfits and had all the same hair color and eye color and shapes and curves and height, or it would be such a boring world. It would be such a
Right.
boring world. So I think that this is an opportunity for us to look at ourselves and to find what is something that we can cherish within ourselves, something that we can appreciate within ourselves, something that we can offer as a service, as a attribute for ourselves, and find what it is that is uniquely us, that is our gift to the world. We
Mhm.
all have it. We all
Right.
have something different.
Yeah. I felt we were talking a little bit about this before we did it, but I felt as I was interacting with the Akashic Records masters, as they were telling me these things and kind of interacting, I really felt that jealousy was almost like chains, that it so hindered us from growth, and it it just really prevented us from taking a really good look at ourselves. So let's say you do find you're jealous of something, like, I'm older. What if I see a younger lady with a better body? And if I'm jealous of that, you know what I can do is take a closer look. Get curious. I noticed they said curious. Get curious. Why do I want that? Am I willing to work for that? Am I willing to put that out? Do I really want it? And right now, at this point in time, no, no. I think I'm mentally and spiritually fit, and I'm okay with that. But it gives us, without, by being jealous, we're denying our ability to manifest what we want. We're yeah, we're not allowing trust to happen, and trust that we can have what we want, or that we acknowledge what we want and start working for it. Yeah, yes. So, yeah, I love those quotes, Jean. They're just absolutely beautiful. I love what Linda just said. Rah, 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 go spirit. That's what I was feeling when I said that they were showing us how that we're broken. We're all the same. We're all each other. And to be jealous is to not to be able to be that cheerleader. And I was just really, they just suddenly showed me like somebody I love doing something really amazing, and suddenly, just without even, it just came out of me. It just came out of that whoop, 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 like they're great. They just did something amazing. Yeah, it's something I want to do too, but they did it, And so, yeah, it's really an interesting way, I think, to look at that we're going to be our each other's cheerleaders, and I do feel that a lot from our chat audience, that people are very supportive of each other. So,
We all are aspects of each other, and we all are one humanity, one unity, and it's, what we do to others, we do to ourselves. And this is why they always say this inner work, this work with our own soul's vibration, with our own thoughts and our own feelings and our own self-love. And we always say, you need to work on self-care, you need to work on self-love. And you guys are all like, oh, come on, can you tell me something else? We're like, no, really, you need to work on this. Work on this. And as soon as you start working on this and you start having a new perception or a new energy or a new outlook, then the things around you start reflecting that. They
yeah,
really automatically, without any extra effort, they start reflecting back to you. It's
mm,
all in here. And what we want to see the world to be is what we want to be. And Michael Jackson said it the best: start with the man in the mirror.
yeah,
Start with the man in the mirror. Be what you want to see in this world.
right. Well, I wanted to call out some of the chat. Sal Rod said, after the last healing that you did for us, I captured on a trail camera waves of spirit type things at my house. Wow, that's amazing. Um, I also noticed that Rossi said she had a spiritual experience the day after the last healing to connect with our guides. It was amazing. I love that, and I love that the conversation keeps going. I really love that. Um, and Valerie had a very very powerful thing. It's like being the leg to another's table. We are that. Okay. Wow. Well, this has been a wonderful, wonderful session. Um, I will be back next week on Tuesday with Jean. We also are going to be training someone to also come in and help if that, like Jean has something to do, like Like she had a great big fair to go to, where that it was a 2-day fair, but she had to take 3 days to go there. So that's why we kind of paused last week to give her a chance to do her fair. But it's not fair to always put the driving capabilities on Jean. So we're gonna train Viviani, our Viviani, to help us out. She has agreed to help us out a little bit. And so that's going to be so much fun to do. And I hope to see you all back next week.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for your participation, and the energy is just so warm, and I feel like everybody's just giving each other a big giant hug, and such community, and it's really very warm energy. It's beautiful. So thank you, everybody, for participating, and
Yeah.
thank you, everybody, for watching this after. We know there's a lot of people that can't make it exactly at this moment, so. Everybody
Yep.
that's watching later, we appreciate you as well. And thank you, Terry. That was beautifully done. Such
Thank
important
you.
work. And I'm telling you, it just dawned on me that it's the new age. It's the new age of Aquarius, that we have to let go of all this old, uh, uh,
Mhm.
I guess it's Piscean age, that we're going to be leaving behind. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, Jean, real quick, where are you? Where can people catch you next?
you caught me off guard. I think we're going to be together. Let me see. Yeah, we're going to be together on Friday,
Yeah.
and we're going to be doing the psychic triad with Terry Lee and Terry Suzuki on Friday at 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific. And then I have Ginger Faye from Ginger Faye Tarot coming on later that evening on Friday evening at 6:30 p.m. And I have Mark the Spirit Whisperer on my channel on Saturday at 12:30, and then I also have a follow-up from Daphne and Stacy for the flower essence event that they had. An amazing experience, and they're going to come on, and we're all going to talk about the experience in the flower essences, and it's really something amazing.
I caught that show. It is amazing. With you and Daphne, that was amazing. Because I had went out and laid in my violet patches to see if I could catch their essences and hear their talk. But I heard the crows crowing a lot, but I tried. So,
Mhm. Yeah.
okay, everybody, we'll see you again. I will post on my community page like when I know what the next thing is. The other thing, you heard where I'm going to be already this Friday, but I want to let you know that I just started a TikTok and I am pulling oracle cards on TikTok. So if you want a little pick me up each day, just go to TikTok and do at Kigaru Spiritual Journeys, and you'll find them there. And I have other things planned, but right now I'm just pulling oracle cards. So
Stay tuned, everybody. The creativity is flowing.
yes. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for being here.